Okay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the City of Farmers Branch regular City Council meeting. It is Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022. The time is 6:01 p.m. We will begin with our invocation and Pledge of Allegiance. So if you will all stand at this time. Lord, thank you for each person, each mind, and each heart that fills the presence of this room tonight. We pray that you would help our leaders to govern wisely. Grant them and us the wisdom and courage to know what to do and what is right and true. May they and we speak out when it is time to speak out and listen patiently and receptively when it is time to listen. May they and we always be guided by the spirit of community, by the spirit of good governance, and by the spirit of love. Bless this meeting today and all those present in Jesus' name. Amen. Now our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. So next up is our ceremonial items, and just want to make sure. Ruben, you coming up for both of these? Just want to make sure I have the right people here. So first up is the recognition of Farmers Branch Fire Engine 132 and Addison Fire Department Medic 102 for their actions in saving the life of a cardiac arrest victim on April 1st, 2022. So on April 1st, 2022 at 11:30 a.m., Farmers Branch Fire Engine 132 and Addison Fire Department Medic 102 were dispatched to an electrocution at 14184 Dallas Parkway. A person had been working on the lighting in the ceiling when he was electrocuted. His coworker knocked him loose from the power source prior to Farmers Branch Fire Department Engine 132's arrival, and Farmers Branch Fire Department E32 found the male patient in VFib and started CPR. Farmers Branch Fire Department Engine 132 defibrillated the patient prior to Addison Medics 102's arrival. The patient regained a pulse and was transported by Addison Medic 102 crew with the Farmers Branch Fire Department paramedic accompanying him to Medical City, Dallas. The patient was extubated with a positive prognosis and discharged home following his hospital stay. Our automatic aid crews worked well together and successfully saved the life of this patient. This is a testament to our consolidated responses and would not be possible without the dispatchers from the InTech and the medical direction from the best EMS team. And so I just want to say that, InTech and the four cities of Carrollton, Addison, Coppell, and Farmers Branch coming together to jointly have that operation, and our cities collaborating in such a way, time and time again, proves to be a measure that saves lives. As you can see, it's not just Farmers Branch that's responding, it's Addison, it's who's ever closest who can get to the individuals who need attention most, and that's what matters for all four of our communities. And we're grateful for this setup. We're grateful for the partnership. We're grateful for the people on the front lines, most notably our first responders who are able to get to the citizens of Farmers Branch, the people that work here, the people that play here, but it's also our ability to get to the other cities as well to help the most amount of people in need. And so we're just so grateful for that. We're grateful for the response. We're grateful for the care and how quick you came together to aid this individual and to save another life. And so, I just want to say thank you on behalf of me, not only to our Farmers Branch Fire Department, but also to Addison as well. It's a joint effort. And so we're just very, very appreciative. And so, go ahead and, is this your part, or you're on the next one? Dallas Medical? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Correct. I just want to know who wants to come speak next based on this. That's why I'm trying to just coordinate. Sorry. We had an executive session run long, so I didn't get to coordinate who was, if no one else is going to speak to this. I would like to call, how about this? Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, I know we want to recognize we have representative from Addison here, and our engine 132 and Addison Medic 102. If you all want to come on up, I'll give you the recognition. Yes, there you go. Sorry.
Thank you so much for allowing us to be here. I'm Ronnie Ackland, EMS coordinator for Medical City Dallas. I have our wonderful team here, my boss, Allison Corlin, Catherine Roberta, who's over our trauma program, Amanda Mills, and then Mary Harrell. Also, our leadership from the division office, Jacob Johnson, who's back in the back with the red forehead. This is true loop closure here. This is something that we collaborate as a team, and we have a phenomenal outcome. And this gentleman went home to his family 5 days later because of what you guys did in the field in handing off the patient to the facility. And so we wanted to do our part to recognize you and to tell you how proud we are of what you did. And so we have a certificate of appreciation and then a challenge coin for Medical City Dallas. So I got Mike Campbell, is that not here? Oh, Jiminy Pete, just you? Well, I got you for sure, brother. So we have a life-saving award for him, and as well as a challenge coin, which is something that we kind of cherish and hold on to. And we really appreciate you and what you did. And so thank you so much. And I'll hang on the rest of you for providing what you did. Since it was a collaborative event, then we have all the stuff for the two paramedics from man, these things are not the paramedic for Addison. So let me hand those. Here's the other field, and then I'll hand these off to you to hand off to your brother at the station. Okay? Thank you, guys, sir. Thank you, brother. All right.
Okay.
So for those of y'all that don't understand the challenge coins, that's something that is done in public safety as a whole, but we also do it here at Farmers Branch with all of our employees. They're called React coins, but we do have a special coin that was designed for our public safety, and I'm going to be presenting that to the rest of the guys at another future date, but I would like to present one to you as well.
So next up is E2. Now you can come on up. You're next. Is Christian Smith or Jonathan Ugege here? You want to come up as well? And then the rest of the truck 131 and medic 31, if you want to come up and just surround with everybody on this. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. So just a few days later, on April 9th, 2022, at 10:20 a.m., Farmers Branch Fire Truck 131 and Medic 131 were dispatched to an unconscious person at 13260 Josie Lane in Farmers Branch. The Farmers Branch Fire Department Truck 131 and Medic 131 found a male patient lying on the ground with a Walgreens pharmacist, Jonathan Ugege, performing CPR. The Farmers Branch Fire Department crew members took over CPR once they arrived. The patient was defibrillated, and other ALS procedures performed. The patient was transported to Dallas Medical Center, where the Farmers Branch Fire Department crews assisted Dallas Medical City staff with ongoing resuscitation. The patient regained a pulse shortly after arrival at DMC. The patient was stabilized and transferred to Baylor Heart Medical Center, where a stent was placed, and the patient continued their recovery in the ICU. This is a testament to the importance of pre-arrival instructions of CPR by the InTech dispatchers with bystanders, CPR performed, and medical direction from the Farmers Branch Fire Department, the best around. And so, to both of you, I want to say thank you very much. Your quick thinking and ability to help this individual, definitely saved a life while our team was on their way to step in and take measures. And this individual wouldn't be alive without you. And as I said in the last event, these partnerships, these operations, the way they work, just truly make life in Farmers Branch better. They make it safer, and they make it easier for our teams to do what they do every single day, which save lives, keep us safe, and make this just a great community to live in. And so, I want to say thank you for what you did. I know they want to thank you, but would you like to say anything before we turn it over to the people to hand out all the awards? No? Ruben, come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Councilman. Appreciate being here. So I do want to recognize several individuals that had participated in this life-saving situation that occurred at the beginning in Walgreens. And so here are the individuals that were part of this life-saving situation. Captain Jim Dennis, driver Anthony Casillas, firefighter and paramedic Travis Shelton, firefighter paramedic Colby Silvia, and firefighter paramedic Brent Schofield. Also, the dispatcher support service from the specialist that took the call was Christian Smith. And last but not least, who really started the beginning of the life-saving situation that occurred, was pharmacist Jonathan Ugege. So we appreciate all of y'all and a heroic opportunity that y'all displayed in saving someone's life, and we're honored to give you an award. So, Vince, you want to come up over here? Vince has all the goodies here, so. All right, so we got a flag and we've got certificates, so I guess we'll, some of the ones that I called out, if y'all are here? Okay, awesome. So I can display this. We've got coins and we got certificates for the individuals, so that you can put these in your offices, and of course the coins to you all, and then certificates for you to have personally. So, really do appreciate it.
So we have one more recognition for the home team, which is consider acceptance of a donation of 12 home boxes from the Knox Company to the Farmers Branch Fire Department. Ms. Kempton, come on up. So the Knox Company is donating 12 home boxes to the Farmers Branch Fire Department to be loaned to citizens in the community who are most at risk of requiring medical care such as seniors living alone. The fire department can use their existing Knox box key to quickly and safely access the key to the residence. This eliminates property damage to the door and home, reduces the risk of injury to the first responder, and allows for quicker access to the sick or injured person. The home box program is sustainable, as boxes will be provided free to residents and can later be used on someone else's home who is in need. And this wouldn't have been possible without our star Wendy Kempton here, who reached out and made this possible. I know you always go above and beyond. You're always finding new ways to innovate and bring new solutions to our community. And so without your work on this, it wouldn't be possible. And we just want to say thank you. And with that, before I let you speak, we do have to approve this. And so I would move to approve the acceptance of the donation from the Knox Company, the Farmers Branch Fire Department.
Second.
And I have a second by Councilmember Driscoll. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Passes unanimously. Ms. Kempton, the floor is yours.
I just want to introduce Eric Rohlader. He's with the Knox Company. He came here to donate these to us today. It's a really awesome little tool that we have. The fire department is the only one, we're the only ones that have the key to these. So they're to put on individuals' homes, those that are mobility impaired and live at home alone. And it gives us quick access to their homes and to render aid immediately. So thank you very much, Eric. Did you have anything you want to say?
No, on behalf of Knox, I just want to say thank you very much for the partnership that the Farmers Branch Fire Department has given us over the years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Way to go, Wendy.
Next is the city manager's report on items of community interest.
Thank you, Mayor. What should our city look like in the next 20 years? You can help decide by participating in the city's comprehensive plan study. Read more on our website and plan to attend our first community workshop this Thursday, August 4th from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. at the Mercer Crossing Amenity Center. Our online survey opens this Friday, and you can find it at farmersbranchtx.gov/cityvision. We have almost an unprecedented shortage of lifeguards. Due to this staffing difficulty and our focus on patron safety, the Frog Pond is now only open on weekends. You can enjoy the facility on Saturdays and Sundays from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. until further notice. We want to extend an enormous thank you to our parks team for mobilizing Saturday night after a vehicle drove through the Barneywood Bark Park, damaging the fence and several structures. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Our parks employees jumped into action and worked until 1 a.m. Sunday morning to ensure the park was safe and secure. They deserve the appreciation of our entire city. Have a round of applause for our parks team. Speaking of pets, the Animal Adoption Center needs your help. We are once again full of adoptable animals, including dogs, cats, and rabbits. New owners are in high demand. All animals are vaccinated and microchipped. Please consider visiting, adopting, or even serving as a foster family. You can call 972-919-8770 for more information. Calling all residents who are turning 100, you are eligible for the Century Club at the Branch Connection. We want to recognize your remarkable accomplishments, and you can contact the Branch Connection at 972-919-8741 for more information. Live music returns to the Grove on Saturday, August 13th with the Windy City, a 10-piece Chicago tribute band, followed by Fleetwood X, a tribute to Fleetwood Mac. It's a show you don't want to miss. Join us next Saturday, August 13th at 6 p.m. in the Grove, and as always, the event is free. Join the Dallas Stars street team, the Stars mascot, and several city leaders for a back-to-school event this Sunday from 12 to 4 p.m. at Beyond Cuts on Josie Lane. Free school supplies and backpacks will be handed out along with free food and prizes. Students can take turns trying to dunk their principal or may or die in the dunk tank. Is that limited to just students?
No.
All right.
Pay your money.
All right. You can sign up for e-news at farmersbranchtx.gov. Mayor, that concludes the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Land. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Mr. Land. Next is citizen comments. There's a 3-minute time limit for each citizen to speak. No disparaging or inflammatory remarks directed at any member of city council or staff will be allowed. And of course, anyone wishing to speak shall be courteous and cordial. We have one person signed up to speak at citizen comments, Mr. James Lockridge.
Hello, Mayor, City Council. Guys, I appreciate the meeting. Was hoping for a little better outcome, but I hope we're trying to make some progress here. There's still some questions about your code for high grass and weeds that still violates state laws. Would really love to sit down and see why no city council member has reached out to a state rep or to the Agricultural Commission to try to remedy this solution. The other thing is I brought up a complaint that numerous people have brought to my attention and have talked to code compliance about, and it's at 13410 Onyx. It's Onyx. It's a street name in Farmers Branch. It's a city council's abandoned house. I went by there and guys, nothing's done. Nothing. My question is y'all are harping on me so bad about my crops and gave me such a hard time, caused me massive loss in revenue. And, you know, I'm sitting here looking at this house that I have people that have told me this has been like this for over 6 months. Told me that it's been turned into code compliance, and code compliance has yet to do anything about this issue. It's in District 2. So my question is when are we going to do something? The next one is Omar, I brought a situation to you and asked you for help. And I understand that sometimes hands are tied, but at the same time, I feel like when a citizen comes to you that, you know, we need to stand up a little stronger than we are. I know you're new to this. You don't know what the outcome is or what you are or aren't supposed to do, but I feel like it's time for you to jump into play and say, okay, let's get it going on. You know, whenever I was here last time, I asked for a meeting with you and the city mayor, and it was told we were going to have one. It did happen, but you weren't present. Richard was not present either. So, you know, we need to come to a resolution quickly, and I would like to see code compliance really be held accountable. Mr. Land, you told me that I was your point of contact for code compliance and nobody else. What's the purpose of me not being able to call code compliance if I have a complaint, or if there's a complaint against me? Why can code compliance not call? I get it. You don't want a beef. You don't want a problem. But if you can't have your code compliances doing their jobs and talk to citizens and residents, what's the point of paying them? Why should we be wasting money on code compliance guys that cannot do their job? We should be able to talk to anybody and everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lockridge. Point of clarification, the meeting that Mr. Lockridge is referencing was a direct meeting between myself and Mr. Land. Mr. Roman and Mr. Jackson were not asked to be at that meeting. So there's a reason they weren't there, and I'm assuming in the future they can. So it shouldn't be held against them. All right, next is the consent agenda. Make a motion to approve the consent agenda items H1 through H6 as presented.
I second, Mayor.
I have a second by Councilmember Roman. Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, I will ask you all to vote at this time.
Mine's not working.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and, all in favor?
Aye.
Tracy was a yes as well. Passes unanimously. Next is item H7. Asked to do this one independently. We have two people signed up to speak. I will let them speak first. First up is Vicki Harrison. All right. Ms. Harrison stated that she is declining to speak tonight and will save her comments for another night. Next up is Pat Edmonston. Okay. With that, I guess look for a motion on this one. I guess I'll go ahead and, based on the comments earlier, guess make a motion to appoint the Stakeholder Advisory Committee during the duration of the citywide comprehensive plan, as noted, with the addition of the two council members, Councilmember David Merritt from District 5 and Michael District from District 2. Do I have a second?
A second.
Second.
Oh, you seconded? I have a second by Councilmember Jackson. Is there any more discussion from council? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
3. Any opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries 3-1, with the lone dissenter being Councilmember Roman, for the record. So, all right. Regular agenda items, none. Public hearing. J1, conduct a public hearing and consider adopting ordinance number 3751 for a specific use permit for an animal clinic or hospital, no outside runs, play area, or pens allowed on an approximate 8.174 acre property located at 13617 Inwood Road, Suite 240, and take appropriate action. Mr. Webb.
Good evening, Chris Webb, Business Development Specialist with the Planning and Economic Development Department. Agenda item J1 is going to be, as you mentioned, Mayor, for a vet clinic, an SUP request or specific use permit request for a vet clinic that will be located at 13617 Inwood Road, Suite 240. The overall site is a little more than 8 acres in size, and it is located in the PD 55 zoning district. The overall site consists of 4 single-story retail buildings, but you can see Suite 240 pointed out in that yellow shaded area on the picture on the left. Again, the request will be for a SUP or a specific use permit for an animal clinic that will have no outside runs, play area, or pens allowed. The overall proposal for this specific suite is going to be, I guess, the vet that will own and operate this business specializes in the treatment of domestic dogs and cats that have eye problems, and these treatments will involve ocular, medical, and surgical treatments being provided to these animals. Appointments are made similar to any standard doctor to see a specialist. You need to go through a doctor first. In this case, you'll need to go through a veterinarian who will refer you to this service at this location. So it's not simply going to be a deal where folks can just come and go as they please at this specific vet operation. The applicant is proposing that 8 employees will be working in this clinic, and I'll let them speak more to how that will be set up. But they are also proposing that their standard operating hours will be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, but also operate on an as-needed basis in the cases of emergency treatment for after hours and on weekends. The floor plan itself looks fairly standard for I guess, any vet clinic. You'll have a waiting and consultation area. There will be a few exam rooms, as well as a prep and treatment area and operating room. However, as far as the exterior of the site goes, the applicant is not going to be proposing any changes to the property, any landscaping additions or anything like that. This does fall in the east side plan as far as the comprehensive plan recommendation, and part of that east side plan states that this area, which is designated community mixed use, shall create a buffer that provides a transition from higher intensity uses to lesser intensity uses. And in this case, that can be provided through a mix of neighborhood scaled uses
that provide valuable neighborhood services, of which this vet clinic would be considered. So it does fall in line with the East Side Plan. I do want to point out, too, that we did receive one letter of support for the applicant's proposal, and the Planning and Zoning Commission did recommend approval of this SUP request as specified in specific use permit and ordinance number 3751. That's all I have as far as this presentation is concerned. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have for staff, and also the applicant and veterinarian who would be the owner and operator of this business are here.
All right. Mr. Webb, thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Webb at this time? Councilmember Jackson.
I do. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Webb. So the SUP, does that apply to all of the area that's marked in green? If we go back a couple of slides to the aerial map, the SUP apply to all of those areas or just Suite 240?
So the SUP would only apply to Suite 240. We would not see that expanded for the entire area. It's just as far as identifying the property itself, we have to call out the whole area.
Okay.
But it will strictly be for that Suite 240.
Okay, very good. That's all the questions that I have. I'm a little interested in speaking with the owners about it.
Yes, sir.
Councilmember Williams, do you have anything for Mr. Webb at this time? Okay. Then I guess we'll ask the applicant to come up. Just name and address, please.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. My name is Robert Reeves. I'm a zoning consultant representing Mr. Chris Newton, who is the veterinarian in this case. I will keep my comments succinct, and I'm sure you may want to ask him questions. This is a rather unique land use. As the staff indicated, we've applied for a specific permit for a hospital veterinarian clinic in Suite 240. My client is a veterinarian eye care specialist. He provides medical and surgical treatment to eyes of cats and dogs only. No overnight stays, everything's done on site, no outside runs, et cetera, no changes to the exterior facade. His current practice is in Southlake. He would like to establish his clinic in the city of Farmers Branch and bring his practice here. It's a very unique kind of operation. One person in support, no opposition at all. We would appreciate it, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, if you would support this request. I'd like to turn it over to my client, who's available to answer any questions. See if they have any questions. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, just name and address, please.
You bet. Chris Netune, 4242 Lomo Alto, Dallas, Texas.
Mr. Jackson.
So I'm very fascinated by this business. It is very unique, and I'm just curious to know, is this a new thing, a growing thing? Are there other eye specialty clinics in the area? Sure. Help me there's a lot of people watching the meeting tonight that have pets, I'm sure, and so their curiosity is going to be piqued as well, so it's not just for my purposes.
Yeah, absolutely. So to the question about other eye specialists, so there's about 4 other veterinary eye surgeons, offices in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, 2 in Fort Worth, 1 in North Plano, and then specialty medicine, I guess, overall for animals, if that was kind of part of your question. So it is definitely becoming much more common when someone goes to their veterinarian, and if it's an issue that's not something that vet is comfortable with, and they'll refer it to a specialist. So, I just do ophthalmology, so I do eye surgery on dogs and cats, but colleagues, there's dermatologists, there's surgeons, there's dental surgeons, and a number of different specialists. So,
okay, interesting. Thank you.
Any other questions, Councilmember Driscoll?
Yes, Mr. Nitton, thank you for being here this evening. And I just had a couple of questions. I think you've had several years' experience working in a clinic in Southlake, correct? Yeah, so it's just, this is more kind of your business strategy. I can really appreciate you wanting to strike out on your own and, develop your own practice. Have you done any type of some research or analysis, like what the demand might be? And do you foresee people coming from sort of the geographic area all around Farmers Branch?
Sure. So there's not a lot of research on how many people go to see an animal eye surgeon, but there is some that says about, in the let's say the state of Texas, 60% of people own pets. 1% of those people are going to go see an animal eye surgeon. So knowing that, I know I need a large population of people, and so being at 635 on the toll road opens that up for me to pull people in from east, west, and north, south. And then as we mentioned before, so all my business is referral based, right? So I have great relationships with veterinarians, and I'll probably sit down in a minute with 10 text messages of different photos of eyes from vets that are friends that'll ask me what to do or can they send this patient over. So knowing that I'm in an area where vets can easily refer to is very important for me. So I did a lot of research on locations, and finding a place that's got easy access is important. And that's how I kind of picked this location.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me from your location strategy to be here. And I'd like to thank you for wanting to invest in Farmers Branch and strike out on your own and open your business here. And another follow-up question I have you had any business or experience so far with our animal shelter here in Farmers Branch?
So, yes, Dr. Williams is the veterinarian that kind of oversees it, and I've done surgery on her dogs and talked to her about what we can do together there. So, I see foster animals every day from every shelter across DFW, so, yeah.
Well, again, thank you for your interest in moving your business or starting your business here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Councilmember Roman.
So I had one question, and maybe it's for you. Should they choose to expand at some point, will they have to come and reapply for an SUP?
Yes, sir, that would be correct.
Okay, all righty.
It'd just be amending the SUP ordinance to allow for whatever that expanded area is.
Okay, thank you. And then the other comment was for the applicant. I'm the liaison for the Farmers Branch Chamber of Commerce, and I hope you'll strongly consider becoming a member.
Sure, absolutely.
Other than that, I don't have anything else, Mayor. Thank you.
Can I ask one question, if that's okay?
Sure.
To the point you just asked. So, I would love to, hopefully this grows. My wife's a vet, and so I can imagine hopefully things grow, and I want to grow from here. It's taken me 4 months to get to this point to meet with you guys. So, the opportunity, I don't know what I can do if the point came where I wanted to expand, but it's been a long process, and understandably a lot of things to go through to get to this point. But the obstacle of another 4 months, if I wanted to try and grow, a lot of times with commercial real estate, 4 months isn't a luxury that I have, and so I don't know if there's anything I can do at this point to set myself up for success if I decide to grow with moving things along. But anyway.
That is a point we can discuss internally on something that maybe, because I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow, right? Hopefully. Right. Okay. So it gives a little bit of time. Councilmember Williams, do you have any comments or questions, either for Mr. Webb or the applicants?
No questions. Just welcome to the business team here at Farmers Branch. Thanks for choosing us.
Thank you.
Okay. This is a public hearing. I think that's all we have. Thank you. This is a public hearing. We don't have anyone signed up to speak to this item. With that noted, Councilmember Jackson, this is your district.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve ordinance 3751.
Second.
And close the public hearing. Thank you.
And I second.
Beautiful. Okay. I have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. So we didn't finish all of our items from executive session, so we are going to go back upstairs and continue that, and then just for anyone who wants to stay. Huh?
Did you want to finish our study session as well?
I'm good. I got this. And then after we're done with the executive session, we will come back downstairs and finish our study session. So anyone that wants to stay for that, feel free. We'll be here for a little bit while. So we'll go ahead and recess. The time is 6:41. Thank you all.